Thank you for tuning in to today's collective reading. We'll begin with clearing with the kyanite and the selenite to elevate the energy and align the energy so that only the messages of the highest good may come through. So what does my collective need to know today? What is weighing on their minds, their thoughts? What thoughts are being projected towards them? What thoughts are being received, possibly intuitively? About guidance on their path, on their journey. Okay, so we have the roots of abundance. 2. Partnership. Okay. What does my collective need to know today about this abundance coming through here? Questions about investments, projects, budgets, concerns about their, what they put their blood, sweat, and tears into. What is weighing on their mind, and what guidance do you have for them today? The 2 of Pentacles. So we have 2 and 2. Interesting. This is a dual manifestation. So you have an outside energy contributing to this manifestation. Okay. Right, some clarifiers here on this to go to the next layer down. I sense there's a bit of a concern. It's something may not be quite as it appears to be. Okay, and there's a bit of confusion, thus why it's weighing on the minds. Not everybody is there. Some know exactly what's going on here to some extent. They have an inkling, an intuitive nudge. If so, this is validation of that for you. Let's go a layer deeper here. Well, okay then. Okay. So we have the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. So very, very careful with how you share, spend your resources. The intuition has been, I'm hearing, blown wide open. You're getting a lot more than what you're possibly used to coming through, and it's a bit intense emotionally. But it's moving you towards a state of being in harmony within yourself, thus able to attract that same harmony to you and your environment. Everything that you've dreamed of, that you could possibly want. The balancing of yourself, the bringing of all of you into harmony, the taming of that ego. The aspect of you that seeks to protect all of you can sometimes become too much. It could actually be harming the rest of you with its need to control and dominate. Okay. Okay, so I'm being called to grab a different deck here. This might be the whole message right here, but we'll see. Okay, that was 2. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so here we are. This, yeah, I think this is possibly like the predominant overarching message. So this is the receptive aspect over here coming through. These are more receptive energies. More assertive here is there's a state of worry, fear, anxiety, sleepless nights, nightmares. A truth coming through in the dream state. A crescent moon could be significant, whether it's waxing or waning. This is about soul contract. This is the other energy that is, so this is the building of the arc of the energy, the sending of this information, and it's being sent to the star, the soulmate. Oh, that's right. Well, we'll do that because she's got, technically she's covered, but either way. There's anxiety about this. It's like there's a waiting for acknowledgement that this message has been received. Yeah, and the temperance could go right up, right? But there is, are you balanced? Are you in temperance energy? There's this willing of this. This is the whole message being sent, and this is the whole message being received, or the state you're in when it comes to you. Okay. No, this is a really different reading. I like it. I like it. Let's go with it. All right. Let's go here. All right. So, message sent. State you're in when message received. Arcing all around abundance and what's being created. Blood, sweat, and tears. Bloodline. Keys being unlocked. Guides. Guardians, like helpers. The divine definitely has a role to play here. A hand in this. Okay. Spirit of gratitude. Okay, so this is 43, which breaks to a 7. 7. Okay. It's the Lotus. Whoa, the intuition coming through is being, like, your intuition is directly sourced in many ways to the lotus flower that is you. The lotus flower is a symbol of enlightenment, of awakening. And that's because you're tapping into all of you. You are a petal of this lotus, yet you are the lotus itself. It's the awareness of being connected to all that is, yet you are a unique individual. It's a perfect metaphor for that, visual metaphor for that. So I'm gonna kind of move these a little bit further over here. Okay, so this could come through here. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon, both in the upright. The spirit of gratitude for this connection to the self above, as well as the echoing of it within the mind. And if you look really closely, that looked like it was a cup. It's not, that's your ear. This is your mind. This is the connection to the divine and the third eye. The connection to all that is, and yet your unique manifestation of. Okay. I'm actually just going to put these away for now, actually, just to kind of clear the space for the conversation that seems, the channeling that seems to be coming through. It feels a lot like a conversation between you and another aspect, as well as your divine, like your higher selves. Okay. Spirit of gratitude for the wheel being turned. You know what I think is really interesting here? You notice how there's just this shadowing, this darkness right in the middle between here? What fully turns the wheel and allows one to overcome this experience of shadow work, of moving through this space to the light, to the portal, to the threshold, to the new you, to this abundance, right? Is your gratitude for the journey. They always say that, you know, it's about the journey, it's not about the destination. So we have the Three of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands that fell out. With that spirit of gratitude, well, you're experiencing things, they're not necessarily going to be the most pleasant. They're not necessarily going to feel great. And they may feel very confusing. You may be unsure. You may not know which way to go. And why is the flame going down and not up? Like, what is going on here? And in the midst of that, there's this kind of need to be protective of what resources you have as you go through this. So this is not necessarily the most pleasant thing to experience. So the concept of being grateful is not necessarily, I'm walking on cloud 9 and I'm grateful. It's, well, I'm going through this hard, like confusing, overwhelming, strange, world inverted kind of experience. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm going towards something better, something that's worthwhile going on this experience, taking this journey. I know that I'm moving towards something that is an opportunity that's worth going through this for. So you may not be grateful for the tears in the moment, but what the tears end up showing you about yourself, even if it is releasing it, you're another step closer to this threshold, to this future you. To this Ten of Pentacles, to fulfilling the soul contract, as this symbol here in this giant pentacle is the Tree of Life, to having the abundance that you seek to experience in your life. It's what you're moving towards. And know that quite a bit of this, like, wait, what? The world's upside down and fire goes down, not up, and the ocean's above me? This is painful. This is uncomfortable. Shadow work is going to be. You're going to be moving into the parts of you that you've rejected because they were wounded or they were hurt. You're going to feel things, but they're not your current reality. It's the awareness of feeling them that allows you to heal them, to move on, to let them go. So that heaviness, however real it is, because it is a part of you, it's not your current reality. Thus, it is an illusion that is presented so you can heal it. Please don't mind my neighbors right now. There's a reason I added some music, trying to kind of tune down the outside sounds coming in. But it sounds like arguing, so there could be some level of conflict right now. And the Karma card, this is 20, so it's 2. It's a mirrored thing. It's a partnership. It's a co-creation. This is kind of like the Judgment card or the Justice card. This is the fulfilling of the contract. This is something that you're not alone moving forward through. You are, you're moving with guidance, with help, with aid. wanted to slip out of my hand. And it's just backing up the Ten of Pentacles here. This is a solid foundation. As you move through this, you're not alone. You have like your trusty puppy dog here to kind of bring in those senses and awarenesses that you don't necessarily have yourself as you move through this, to aid you, to help you be aware of things that you yourself can't perceive, because our senses are not as sharpened. And this person here is this individual. This is future you at that threshold right now. So you already know you're going to get there. And you know you have help to get there. So if you find yourself somewhere in the middle of this, just like, I don't know, I can't do this. I don't know how to get past this. Opening up to that concept that it is an illusion, that you are supported, that there is, you know, a divine presence, that you're connected to all that is. If you open up and like do like an SOS kind of a thing, like I need help, you will receive it, because you've already gotten to the end. You've already gotten to the threshold. You've gotten to that lighthouse. And the moment you walk through that door, you're in your Four of Wands. Okay, so this abundance, this is the full message that is coming back to this energy that sent it to you. Now there's going to be like even more unique, in-depth things coming to individual people that are tuning into this. Like it's going to be unique to you, but it's pretty much saying like, you're not alone. I've been with you the whole time, and you're not alone in this. And now is the time for you to know that you're not alone in this. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So they want that one to come out. Okay. That was kind of odd. I'm gonna get a supporting one for that, just because that was just too, I don't know. I think you know what I mean. It was just too like, well, beyond the ordinary. So it's the owning of that. This is the awareness of how beautiful your soul is, how gifted you are as you unlock yourself, and your awareness to all that is, and bring that into your current incarnation, to your physical form, into the physical reality. And we have Merry Motive too, yet again. That's the perfect one to validate that and support. So this is all to the good here. Okay, so what do we need to know about this? Because we have message being sent, anxiety about not, you know, getting back, having received this information, and the state that it was received in, and then the information coming back. Okay, so, whoa, okay, interesting that like it's having me pull this deck first this time. Okay, this deck feels to be more assertive versus the Light Seer deck, which I had led with the Light Seer for clarifying deeper with the other two placements, but I'm gonna go with the intuition. So here we go. All right, so that came out right away. Okay, we have Queen of Wands in the upright and the Knight of Wands. Okay. Grab a couple more and then we'll get into it. Landed upright. Okay. So this to me is higher self, physical self right now. Okay. And since it was message being sent, that came through with this deck. So whatever energy is sending information to you that you're co-creating with, they have unlocked this because you have unlocked this. You've unlocked you've awakened. You've awakened. So their higher self is able to come in and add support in a more direct way because they have been willing to walk through this threshold to themselves as well. And they walk through this threshold going, man, I don't know. I don't know if this can come back. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move. If I move too fast or too slow, or if I move not at all, like I feel like no matter what I do, it's not going to work out. But I do still want to protect this. I just don't understand how to get out of this being out in the cold, being in this excommunicated state of being frozen and unable to know how to move. Yeah. Currently right now, they're stalled. They have overthought the crap out of something and they're stalled. Now their higher self has come through. Okay. New beginning manifested. Cool. Willing into being a new day. Awesome. All right. This is definitely a new beginning with the sunflowers. There's passion. There's abundance. There's the awareness that the path that was chosen wasn't so great. And, you know, there's a side that is definitely legitimately green grass. It's not, you know, green grass that was placed in the middle of a desert and watered just long enough to be taken a picture of. And now it's basically on fire. It's not an illusion, it's legitimate. So there's this movement towards this, as well as the Four of Pentacles is feeling very protective of this. This is an old man. Like, this is them now, and they're seeing themselves as in their old age, like, I want this home. I want this house. I want this family, and I want this love, and I'm going to protect it. I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to stand on it, and I'm going to guard it. This is their future self backing, co-creating with their higher self, and they know this is where they are right now. So this is some intuition about where and why and how. The two aspects of them, future self, higher self, is coming in with, hey, this is the path. If you want to take it, this is how. It's like getting cheat codes in a way. It's like, go here. Why? Take a left here. Just listen to me. Take a left here. Things will be like better. And then, okay. I don't know why, but all right. That's the kind of thing that's coming in here. They needed to know if you had opened your connection to this so they could unlock this to bring about the different change. That's like they were doing everything they could to make it so you could, you know, awaken that connection. Okay, so what do we have more here with like more of the receptive aspect of things here? So this is going on. Cool. Is there anything more you're willing to share about this? Okay, Nine of Cups inverted. The Empress. You're not the Nine of Cups. You're the Empress. Okay. I mean, well, I'm just going to flip this up, right? Because, I mean, come on now. Yeah. Okay. So I understand why the Nine of Cups came out inverted originally, and it's because you are the Empress. But you cannot own this Empress energy until you receive your Ace of Cups, until the page comes with this Ace of Cups. So you can live that Ten of Cups energy. requires them to actually choose a path, not be stuck and stalled. They have to actually act. They have to choose. They have to choose. And this is where the abundance comes in. This is where the abundance comes in. Because with the abundance, they are looking for something in particular. They are looking for, you know, money. With this masculine aspect here, they're, you know, consistently, there's definitely a focus on providing that safe space, that home. So, yeah. I'm going to clear the table here a little bit. I didn't even read the other card, did I? No, I didn't. Possibly because we had the merry motive with it. But yeah, they have been manifesting this. That's too much. It's too much, guys. Just one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So what is it with this money stuff? Like, this need for finances, this need for physical abundance, this need for the King of Pentacles thing. Like, what is this? Do we have a clarifier here for that? An overarching for this? Because it's not, like, what we're moving into, it's not a world that's based upon how many commas you have in your account balance. It's more about the love. How many lives do you touch in a positive way? You know, how much? Okay, so there's a reciprocation of this awareness. Okay. You're in perfect harmony on that. Now, that could be more because, you know, the higher selves are both involved now. So there's more information, there's more intuition, there's more sense of truth and connection. The Six of Cups. The illuminating of it, the opening to the concept. Okay, I feel the need to use this deck, so we're going to use it. This is going to be more of a middle path. What do we need to know here about this? Do we have any synchronicities? Okay, so this one, it's the Seven of Wands. So defensiveness, protectiveness of it. Adaptable and smooth in dealing with things. Okay, open up to being adaptive. In palmistry, especially when it comes to love, it speaks to being able to be open to different ways of being loved, whether it's, you know, the big heart, the rational romantic, the passionate, or the hermit. You have at least 2 to 3 different versions of styles that you can access. So it's giving each other space to work with that. The Three of Wands. Ah, yes, the wrist line. Okay, so the multiple of those, it speaks to your health. Being considerate of the other's stress level moving through this, and the strain it can have on their physical being. Quiet nature and insight. So this Eight of Pentacles, quiet observation, attention to the detail. It may, on the surface level, appear one way, but be willing to kind of reserve your judgment and look for the detail that tells you what's really going on underneath. And this is advice for both sides as you begin to turn and look at one another and see each other as you are now. And this is not just in the 3D. This is going to be for the higher selves as well. The future aspects of you. The Two of Cups. Oh, okay. So these lines and this setup are, you know, I'm actually going to really look a little deeper at this because I am learning this myself right now. But this speaks to the money aspect of things, the career failure and setbacks. Okay, so I'm going to bring this a little closer for you guys so you can kind of see that. You can take a peek, a gander at your own palm and kind of come to somewhat of a conclusion. If you happen to know their palm, cool. The wisdom line or career line is curved and drooping. The index finger is thin and sharp, curved and broken. The Venus hill has a grid pattern, and the fate line is intermittent with island patterns. So it's like a line, circle, and they can kind of interweave doing that. And the fame line is messy and has forks. The three main lines are pretty much all messy. Okay. So there may be, and this may not be literally your palm, and you may see like one island here or there in that dynamic in how it's described, but you may have had setbacks in your love life as well as they may have. And then when it comes to career aspect, you may be experiencing somewhat of a setback right now, but it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's creating space for something that's better than what you were currently experiencing. Maybe what you were currently dealing with really fed your ego. Maybe you had to literally become someone you didn't like to be effective in the job, or you felt trapped in it. You weren't happy. This creates space. This perceived failure or setback creates space for something that is actually going to allow you to enjoy work more, your career more, to be your authentic self more. We had the marriage line come out. I'll bring that close for you guys. This is the Knight of Swords. So this is rapid movement towards some kind of a commitment, and that doesn't mean marriage necessarily. You can just be like, look, I want to date you. That's a level of committing to that. If you're like, hey, I want to hang out more often, and it's just in a friend status, like it's the commitment to put the work in to hang out more often. What are you committing to, especially when it comes to your relationships? Okay. And how you make these commitments, how you move towards them, the time you spend, making sure that you feel confident in yourself before you move forward, because this is the Knight of Wands. This is the passionate movement forward. This implies somewhat of a wisdom in a slow burn. To me, that's what I'm getting. Like, this is something that, you know, a lot has been moving. There's been a lot of emotions, a lot of work, a lot of investment, a lot of feeling. And you're on the same page that the love is the priority. That the money is important, but having money without love is not what you want. In other words, the priority is that there be love, and then the commitment between the both of you to creating an abundance so there's less stress that you bring to the relationship. That is a priority, that money not be this big weight that you both have to deal with. That is basically what the money part is. That it's just knowing that you're not going to be without and dealing with that stress, so that you can move forward with intention, with knowledge, with awareness, and how you take your time to feel confident in what is going on between the two of you, and communicating and asserting what you need from one another at each stage, so you can understand one another fully. And not putting what they need from you before your own needs. That's very important here too. You can very quickly find yourself trapped in something you don't want when you say, yeah, I'm okay with X, Y, or Z, when you're really not, because you want to take care of their needs, right? Like, it's not sacrificing the self. Yeah, so it allows for a positive experience and connection. This is the Nine of Cups. It allows this dynamic, whether you end up becoming, friends, good friends, best friends, dating, romantic, exclusive, basically moving and acting and living life as if you're married, but maybe you're not married. Maybe you don't feel the need to make it to do that, but the commitment is there between you as though you are. And then maybe you move into being married for whatever, logistical reason in the physical. This dynamic of taking the time to communicate and be comfortable and aware, and it sets the foundation for how you can expect one another to move and communicate and act and behave when it comes to matters of what's going on between the two of you, when it comes to your emotions, so that you can have a positive relationship, a healthy, positive relationship with yourself and with, an energy outside of self. Beautiful. It's beautiful. And with everything that's gone into this is what you have been working so hard and have gone through for, is to be in this space of learning one another and knowing it's okay to speak your needs. And if your needs don't align, well then communicating about that, seeing if there's compromise, because that is part of a healthy relationship, compromise. It's not, well, we don't align in this, so all right, well, I guess we just destroyed that. No, it's communicating is huge. It takes so much strength to be able to communicate about your emotional needs in an assertive manner without shutting down, pulling back, running away, especially if what you have known, and I mean, that doesn't look like a fun experience, right? Like, this person is not jumping for joy and clicking their heels. There's like this definite, oh, wow, I have to go through that? Yeah. Yeah, but they know what's on the other side. They know what's on the other side. And that's themselves. And with themselves, it's a co-experience of you being more you and them being more you and all of you being at the table. But that, yeah, it takes courage to choose to be open. In this particular reading, what it is definitely highlighting is this is someone that, if ever there was someone you could open up to, and it be this consistent, passionate, but grounded communication that is balanced, that you can understand, you can reciprocate, you can rely on being consistent. Ever there was someone that you could open up to, it would be this person, because The emphasis here is not about getting into a commitment and tying you down and trapping you. No, 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 no. This is about love first. This is about treating you the way that they would want to be treated. This is about showing respect and honor and the commitment to themselves to live their lives from a genuine and honest perspective. They're going to be looking to you and doing everything they can to make that space a space where you could be that for yourself with them. This is not, an unhealthy energy coming towards you. This is what all of this has been leading up to. And then, because of this, all the people and the light and like the children, all of that, they will benefit from watching and observing and learning from this. They're not going to be able to necessarily know the nitty-gritty tiny detail, but they will be able to know that what is going on in your relationship is unlike something that they've never seen it before. They've never felt it before. They've never witnessed it before. And that will inspire a lot of light, because now they know that something like this can happen. Something like this does exist. Because both of you came to this needing to do your shadow work. Both of you came to this in an unhealed state. And you both are working towards maintaining being one another's best friend, whom you happen to have romantic feelings for, i.e., best friends make the best lovers. You can count on that person to care about you first. Before anything else, they care about you. Are you okay? Are you good? Are you happy? What do you need? Why aren't you happy? What is missing? How can we facilitate this? Like, it's the partnership in that best friend aspect is about you as a person, not about what you can give them in a relationship. It's not about money. It's not about IOUs. It's not about if I give you this, you give me that. Your happiness is their happiness. Their happiness is your happiness. That's the connection to all. That's the awareness of your connection to all. However, you are unique individuals, and there's a reason why this person and this person only inspires this in you, and vice versa. Because there's no other petal just like this petal. There's no other you out there just like you. So only you can like come together and show them these parts of themselves like you can. Nobody else can do that like you. And the higher selves coming in on board, like it's even more so, because you're bringing all of you to the table. This could ring of codependence, and I'm going to tell you why it's not. There is interdependence, meaning you are independent from one another, but you choose to be together. If you are codependent, you cannot exist without the other. In the very basic presentation of how that would be represented would be in career and money and finance. If you cannot financially afford to be without this other person, you're codependent. It's a very basic way of bluntly saying it. Now, I'm not going to say that throughout the life of a relationship, that may come and go. That may ebb and flow. That's part of life. It's always changing. But for this example, we're just going to go with that basic representation. In an interdependent relationship, you have two people that can make their way on their own. They don't need to be together in order to be okay. They'll find a way to provide. They always do for themselves. But they choose to be together. And yeah, there may be some, like, depending on the level of commitment, there may be some intermingling of that abundance, that money. But it builds for more stability. And maybe at one point in time, someone's not working for whatever reason. Maybe it's a medical thing, a career change thing. The other person, they end up taking over a little more of that burden for that time. But during that time, this person is not just doing nothing. They're like, okay, well, where do I want to work? What do I want to do? Do I want to start my own business? Like, they are working at being their own unique person still, not just kind of sliding underneath you and becoming codependent upon you providing. They're still working on building something that's theirs, that's their contribution. And that's the difference between this codependent versus, interdependent. This is an interdependent dynamic, definitely. And with that, the two of you, what you do choose to create together will go very far. Even if it's not far as in this lifetime, it could be something that affects many lives throughout many generations to come. It's a very beautiful thing that I see here. So if this does resonate for you, please do own this. Like, share, subscribe. Get this message out for people to be able to receive those synchronicities that their spirit team has made sure to include in this reading through me as the channel, which I am very grateful to have been the channel for this message today. The divine within me honors the divine within you. Namaste.